There is a kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix. You wake up in the morning, your body rested, but your mind already feels heavy. Nothing terrible happened. Nothing is obviously wrong. Yet something inside you feels off. And the strange part is, you don't know how to explain it to anyone. So when people ask, "Are you okay?" you automatically say, "I'm fine," because explaining what you feel would take longer than the conversation itself. Maybe you are not just tired. Maybe you have been strong for too long. You kept going when things hurt. You stayed silent when you wanted to speak. You smiled when your thoughts were loud. And little by little, you learned how to carry weight nobody else could see. Most people think exhaustion comes from doing too much. But sometimes it comes from feeling too much. From overthinking every decision. Replaying conversations in your head. Wondering if you said the wrong thing. Questioning whether you are enough. And at night, when the world finally becomes quiet, your mind does the opposite. It becomes louder. Memories visit without permission. Old versions of yourself appear again. Moments you thought you moved on from suddenly feel close. You remember things you should have said, things you wish you had done differently, paths you didn't take. And for a moment, you feel stuck between who you were and who you are trying to become. But here is something important. Confusion is not failure. Feeling lost does not mean you are going nowhere. Sometimes growth feels exactly like falling apart. Because before you become someone new, you slowly outgrow the person you used to be. And that process is uncomfortable. You start needing different things, different energy, different conversations, even different dreams. What once felt normal no longer fits you. And that can feel lonely. Not because you are alone, but because you're changing. Healing is quiet. It doesn't arrive as a big moment. There is no sudden day where everything makes sense. Instead, it happens softly. One day you react less. One day a memory hurts a little less. One day you realize you didn't overthink something that once consumed you. And you barely notice it. But that is progress. You don't need to rush your life. You are not late. You are not behind everyone else. Life is not a race with a finish line. It is a personal journey that unfolds at its own pace. Some people find clarity early. Others find strength through uncertainty. Both paths are valid. Right now, you might feel pressure to have everything figured out. To know your purpose. To know your direction. To know exactly who you are becoming. But humans were never meant to have all the answers at once. You are allowed to be a work in progress. You are allowed to pause, to rest, to rethink, to begin again. Take a slow breath right now. Not the kind you take automatically, but one you actually feel. Breathe in and let your shoulders relax. You have survived moments you once believed would break you. You made it through days filled with doubt, through nights filled with overthinking, through emotions you didn't think you could handle. And you are still here. That means something. Maybe your life doesn't need a dramatic change. Maybe what you need is gentleness with yourself. Less pressure, less comparison, less self-judgment. You don't have to become perfect to deserve peace. You already deserve it. And maybe the version of you that you're searching for is not waiting somewhere in the future. Maybe it is slowly being built through everything you are surviving right now. So keep going. Not aggressively, not desperately, just steadily. One step, one breath, one quiet moment at a time. And someday, without realizing when it happened, you will look back and notice you are no longer trying to survive life. You are finally living it.